Welcome back, Maria.
Thanks.
How you doing?
Amazing.
Doing good.
That was
So
awesome.
enjoyed that last one, didn't you?
Absolutely.
It's good to see.
I think it's going to change my life.
Okay, do the practice and it will.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell people.
Thank you.
Okay, so you said you had another issue, and I think we could do a little bit of intuitive work on this one. So tell me in one sentence, tell me what the thing is. Oh, that's another way you can stop people going on, by the way. Tell them one sentence.
So good. So I absolutely love my work.
Yeah.
And in the morning, I get a real pressure in my belly at the overwhelming thought of how much I've got to do.
Okay.
So what I do is I just get on with it really quickly so that I can just tick things off. But it feels like...
Bit unpleasant.
Well, it just feels like I'm bringing stress to my work.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people what you do, just so people go where they context?
So I do authentic marketing.
Yeah.
And I showcase the person behind the product or service by doing video interviews.
Okay, and so it's passion driven, it's purpose driven, it's
absolutely.
work you love.
It's heart centered.
I can relate to this. I love what I do, and some days there's a lot happening, and you feel a pressure there. Yeah. So why is that a problem? Just that you bring that like bad vibe to the work, or it's just unpleasant, or?
It just feels like it's not mine.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. Why don't we? If it's up to you, I'm going to sort of back off a little bit, and we'll just feel into it.
Come on.
I want to sort of get out of I'm getting out of the space where I could be more of an influencer. So if people, as a coach, if I'm standing here, I'm probably influencing you somatically, whereas here it's a bit less. Now you're quite sensitive, so it's probably still a bit, but less. So if you feel comfortable to, please close your eyes. And I want you to tune into that area of your body. Okay, is there any sense of that feeling now? Maybe you can remember the morning when you had this. You can feel it? Okay. And describe that sensation.
It just feels like my guts are being squeezed. Right here. Yeah.
And allow that feeling to grow, to come closer. If it gets overwhelming, you can always open your eyes and shake it off and can give you some centering again. But if it feels like, okay, I can handle this, then ask it to come closer, tune in a little more to it. Give me a sign that you're still present to the feeling. Give me a little wave, yeah. Great. Doing okay? All right, and hanging out there, patiently like you were listening to a friend, even if the friend was saying something that was a bit unpleasant. Okay, and if that feeling were to be saying something to you, I know it's kind of a strange thing to say, but what might it be saying if it was saying something? Okay. Yeah, the body often speaks in noises, sometimes images might pop into your mind.
Oh, image-wise, it feels like we're in a small room space. It feels like the water's rising and rising and rising.
Up your chin.
Yeah.
What's it trying to tell you?
It's like an alert.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it alert to? If you had to guess, what would you say?
There's danger. It just feels like
danger.
Danger alert.
Okay. And is it a real danger that you might want to pay attention to, or is it a danger?
It's not a real danger.
It's not a real danger. Or it is. Sorry, I didn't hear that properly.
It's not a real danger.
Okay, so part of you feels like it's in danger, but it's not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not trying to give you a message at all. It's just saying, you know what, I'm in danger, and you go.
It's a message.
It might not.
Maybe it's a stop sign, or I don't know. I don't know what it's saying.
And what would you tell that part of your body? If you could speak to it gently and kindly. I know you're a kind person, Maria. If you would speak to it like a child or a friend, what would you say?
I feel you, I see you. How can I serve you? Well, that really made a difference.
What happened there?
Well, there was just a deep breath, and the warmth of my hands really helped as well. Yeah, just felt like some some stress was being released.
Okay, and this could be something you could do in the mornings.
Yeah.
Is there anything that part of you wants to say before we come back to a more normal mode?
Yeah, this is what we need.
This is what we need. All right, if you're willing to sort of say goodbye, but maybe promise that part of yourself you'll be back. So it's kind of like, you know, thank it.
Thank you, I'll be back.
Okay. How was that?
Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah. So sometimes the body has wisdom, it's trying to speak to us. It can, you know, I wouldn't do this with all my clients, but it can feel too kooky for some. But there's a way in which when you tune in, sometimes your body's like you're saying, you know, water rising. For me, this is almost, it feels like overwhelm. You know, like drowning in work we talk about, don't we, you know? So I was wondering if it'd be something like, oh, you're actually doing a bit too much.
Sure.
Or be careful, you could be doing too much, yeah? I mean, that's so common for people that are self-employed like us. So, you know, I get that one myself. You know, I end up taking on too much. So that's one interpretation, but I don't want to put that on you, just to consider. Yeah. And then the way, sometimes the body just needs soothing by a bit of attention, right? So this is a little thing you could do in the morning. If that was happening, it was a bit unpleasant, just tuning in. Also notice you're making like almost like a womb sign here. Is it the stomach or is it the uterus that you're kind of tuning into?
Uterus. I mean, it's stomach's here more.
Yeah, stomach higher up.
So
So it's actually more the womb, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And all right, is there anything in that that's interesting to you?
It's just I've always had IBS and I always get pains here.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay, so it could be the intestines, it could be the womb. All right. This is traditionally, this shape is a sort of womb type in symbolism.
I've
You'll see
never-
people
never
make that
made
shape.
that connection. I'm not so
Okay.
in tune with my womb like some women are.
Okay, so maybe something to explore there, maybe not, I don't know. So, okay, cool. So any takeaways from that?
That was really powerful. I'll tune in and listen more and do more hands-on soothing.
Yeah, it can be a little soothing, hands-on. It can be also, before you go to soothing, go to listening.
Nice.
Okay, so rather than being like, quiet down, it's like a little kid's like, no, you need to like listen to them and then they calm down. So maybe there's a message in there as well that you can hear. Yeah, Maria, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is more of the kind of intuitive side of things. This whole system's like focusing, or Paul Linden's following the body, that are a bit like this. It's not for every client, but clients like Maria, I know a bit more open-minded, tuning into the body. You can take a whole hour to do that, by the way, and make it much slower. I find with a client, sometimes I'll just say, you know, what's your body telling you about this issue? And straight away they'll have an answer. Other times they tune in. Sometimes, like in this case, it's an image rather than a word, or it was a feeling like distress, right? And then afterwards, just by listening, that can alleviate different symptoms. Obviously, one thing I'll tell Maria as well would be like, you know, it could be a medical thing, so always get things checked out medically, right? If someone says, I have a pain in my stomach, I'm like, have you been to the doctor? Yeah, that's, you know, another thing I would check out. So when things like this are clearly, you know, very likely have some psychosomatic component, very, very helpful to tune in and go, okay, what is the body trying to say? And can I soothe the body actually through listening and dialogue? Useful for all kinds of things. Sometimes with a client, I'll just say like, what does your gut say about this? And they'll straight away know, or your heart, they'll straight away know. So yeah, another little way to work with embodiment.